was looking around, I was looking at all of the places where our partners come from. So let me summarize a little bit, if my geography is correct. So we have partners from places like Mpeketoni, from Mpeketoni to Muranga. We have partners from Rusinga Island to Rimoy. We have partners from Wajir to Wote. And really, that's why we have this annual Partners Forum every year. Because without you, we would not have the footprint that we have across the country. We have representation here from all of the 47 counties. So we really just want to say thank you very much for being here, for being the face of Kenya, and also representing the Safaricom Foundation. So welcome. Let me say that this is the event that we probably look forward to most in the foundation every year. It really cements what we call partnership.
Let us call somebody to tell us the reason why we are here, and maybe in what he's going to say, he's also going to maybe just briefly give you an insight on what the Safaricom Foundation Partners Annual Forum is all about. It's all a matter of the key to empowerment, economic empowerment, and of course it's all about sustainable development, not doing the same thing over and over and they're still at the same place. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the chairman of the Safaricom Foundation for his opening remarks, Mr. Joseph Ogutu. Karibu sana.
So good morning and a very, very warm welcome to the 5th Partners Forum. Many of you will recall last year in August, we were able to launch the Safaricom Foundation strategy for 2014 and 2017. And one of our key pillars was economic empowerment, and this pillar has got two objectives. The first is to establish the establishment, is to support the establishment of small and micro enterprises. And the second is to increase access to entrepreneurship and financial literacy. So let me take some time to tell you some of the lessons that we've learned from two of our partners. First one is Tawasal Fishermen Group, and I believe they are in the room, so if you want to ask them more questions, you will. In 2012, this group of fishermen in Kizingitini in Pate Island requested for support from Safaricom Foundation to modernize their fishing equipment. And if you know, Pate Island is almost at the tipmost corner of this country, neighboring Somali. And at that time, the Tawasal Fishermen Self-Group had 3 dhows. And these were small in size, and they were relatively small. With this, they would be able to fish about 150 kilos of fish daily, which would sell for about 150 shillings per kilo, depending on the season. So when they came to us, we gave them a grant of 800,000 shillings to purchase 2 faster and larger boats that would enable them to fish more. So with these new boats, the group has now expanded to not just fishing fish, but also to getting lobsters, which have a higher market value, and they're able to fish at least 50 kilograms of lobster per day, which they sell at between 1,600 shillings and 2,000 shillings per kilogram. And you see the difference from 150 shillings to now 1,600 to 2,000 shillings per kilogram, again depending on the season. The group has also been able to make enough profits from this venture to add an additional 2 boats. They actually bought 2 1.5 horsepower engines, and they've also been able to buy a piece of land, and I had the privilege of going to see that in Pate Island. And this is an example of how a good business idea that we support is able to help our partners to expand their business. I would like us to applaud Tawasal Fishermen Self-Help Group for taking this bold decision. The second story is another partner of Safaricom Foundation called the Eco Post. In 2009, this social enterprise company was formed, and the founders saw the opportunity to collect plastic waste end product and use that to get fencing posts, which are in quite high demand. So EcoPost entered this idea in a business plan competition that was also supported by one of our partners. And we were able to fund this competition together with other partners. But what happened is that they won the prize of 500,000 shillings. You may have come across the name Lorna Ruto. Now, she's the founder of EcoPost, and together with her business partner, Charles, they have built the business that now employs 70 full-time employees and 1,000 casual employees. And so from these very humble beginnings, their business is now valued at over Kenya shillings 100 million. We have spoken to Lorna and to other winners. And what they say is that if they had been able to get credit initially and not prize money, get credit, they would have worked a lot harder to improve their business. I've just shared two of the many hundreds of learning on how to empower communities working together with our partners. The fact is, empowerment and job creation in Kenya today will be driven by self-employment and by entrepreneurship. This is important to realize because every single year, about 800,000 young people enter the job market. Unfortunately, formal job opportunities are no more than 50,000. So 800,000 coming into the job market every year, but formal employment opportunities are just about 50,000. So you can see that gap. And I know all of us have met some energetic young people or a business group that wants to start up a business, but they do not have the funding to do so. And they cannot borrow from a bank because they don't have a credit history. So it is against this background that today we launch a revolving fund that will be managed by our partners Junior Achievement and Hand in Hand Eastern Africa, and they'll come to present in a little while. And we see this as the key to empowerment. The revolving fund targets individuals and groups who will not be able to access credit or financing and provides them with access to startup loan financing, but also with quality practical business skills. Those who apply for loans will have to be trained on entrepreneurship, group dynamics, governance, and savings, after which they will be eligible to access the loan. Junior Achievement will work with people in the age of 18 to 24, while Hand in Hand will work with persons of 18 years and above. So the two organizations already have very strong networks in the communities, at the community level, and they have experience in mobilizing groups. They have experience in business training and how you can allow people to access credit. We will begin with a one-year pilot with a loan of about with a fund of about 14 million shillings in Nairobi, Mombasa, Nakuru, Homa Bay, Makueni, Kajiado, and Busia. These are the counties that we want to start with. And let me emphasize that this is a pilot and we are only starting in those counties. And the reason is that our partners already have an infrastructure in those areas. So I repeat again, the counties will be Nairobi, Mombasa, Nakuru, Homa Bay, Makueni, Kajiado, Bomet, and Busia. We hope through this funding, even in this pilot period, we will be able to touch or to provide the funding to at least 1,000 people, and they'll be able to get training. And I want to emphasize again, it is not just giving loan, but also providing the training that will enable them to run their businesses. So you'll hear more about this product and how you can apply from the two partners when they come on stage. Now, as I mentioned, we hold partners fora once every year. Last year, our partners mentioned that there is a need for us to have a platform or to have a database where you can interact on a regular basis rather than waiting for these annual events. So we took on this challenge, and we have created a database of all our Safaricom Foundation partners that will allow you to search and also to get what it is that they are doing, in which areas of the country are they, and how you can interact with them if you want to get some learnings from them. So this platform, we are going to launch it today to allow us to see what other partners are doing and how we can contact them directly. We're extremely proud that through our partnerships with many of you here today, we've been able to extend the footprint of Safaricom Foundation to all the 47 counties. We have now put this on a map that is also available online. When I meet politicians, they claim that we have not reached their areas. And I can tell you counties are big. It's possible that we have not reached a particular village, but definitely we are in all the 47 counties.
But right now, I think it is the time for us to talk about what brought us here. Yes. To officially unveil this. Yes. And to do this, I'd like to call upon three people. Bwana Joseph Ogutu to join me on stage. That is from the chairman of the Safaricom Foundation, Mr. John Wali from Junior Achievement Kenya. And of course, Mrs. Pauline Gary from Hand in Hand Eastern Africa, to please come and join me on stage as we officially unveil this key to empowerment.
Hii speech yako imenikumbusha tu protest. Unajua protest? President of the United States of ni beast tu ndio hauna. Karibuni sana.
So if they may join me here.
Suit imetosa Wali. Suit.
Suit tu. Na huko na beast.
Na huko na beast. Sasa huyu ndio. Yule wa pale.
Okay, so I'm going to ask my brother to go and open the safe and give us the key so that we present it to the crowd. The key to empowerment is all about managers transforming lives and, of course, sustainable development, sustainable economic development. Whatever idea you have, if it is sustainable enough, you can be able to do so much with it. You've seen that the evidence from the state. So this is the key to empowerment that we're going to So ladies and gentlemen, we give you the key to empowerment as we unveil this product at this Safaricom Foundation Partners Annual Forum. And of course with our partners, Junior Achievement Kenya and Hand in Hand Eastern Africa. Let's hear them. One more round of applause, because this is what is going to transform the lives out there. Asante sana. But brother, if you can take the key.
We have briquette making, which has made us to come to this exhibition today.
Wireless cooking is a project which we use to reduce wastage of energy, mostly dealing in rural areas where at most people tend to use firewood. Deforestation is the key thing which made us to come up with this idea to reduce cutting down of trees, especially in our rural areas, so we come with an idea of fireless.